Hello, welcome to Getting It Done North of 7. Is your water softener not working properly? Maybe your water's too hard, you're not feeling that softness to it, you know, that kind of like slimy feeling, which isn't a bad thing. Hard water is a lot worse. But a water softener kind of gives you a bit of a slimy feeling. And you'll also notice, like in your shower, it starts to get like white looking, like a scaly look. That's because your water softener is not working as well. So today I'm going to share 4 tips with you what may be causing your water softener not to work properly, and that could be the cause of why your water is hard, it's not soft. So let's go ahead and start with those 4 reasons. Okay, we're going to open the lid of the tank first and we're going to take a look in. Now what you're going to see here is my water level is low, but it's not too low. So the first reason that your water may not feel soft is maybe you don't have any salt in your tank. Maybe it's way too low and you need to add salt to it. A second reason would be maybe it looks like you have lots of salt, but there's a bridge, a salt bridge they call that. And what it is the salt, say the salt's at this level here. It gets hard on the top, on the surface, but below there's like an air gap and your salt level is really low. So it is not working right. Here you thought you had lots of salt in it and there really isn't lots of salt to do the job properly. And the third reason why your water may not feel soft is right here. Periodically cleaning your nozzle and venturi is very important to your water softener working properly. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now before we do anything else. So right away, why I'm doing this now is, well, we're not going to use any water in the house because my wife is upstairs vacuuming, you can probably hear it, and my boys aren't home. So first thing you want to do is put your water softener into bypass. So there, so it bypasses the water softener directly. So now we're going to take this cap off here, but we're going to hold the bottom tight and just turn left and take this cap off, put it aside. So be careful now when you're undoing all this because you don't want to lose any of the parts. So now we're going to lift all these parts out here. So we have this ring here. We're going to put that aside right now, and we're going to lift all this out. Put that in your hand, or bring a bowl with you maybe, and remember how it goes back together as well. So then we have a gasket here, and I think there's a screen underneath it. There we go, that gasket, and it goes a certain way, so put it back the certain way. And there is a screen down there. It's a little cone screen. So we'll put that there in my hand as well, so we have all our parts here now. So now I'm going to take this and we're going to wash it in a warm soapy water solution. So I'm going to take that little cone screen we have here and we're going to wash this in the soapy water. Then we're going to put it in the clear water to rinse. Then we have our gasket. I'm going to keep it the same side up. See, I don't know if you can see that, but it has a number on there and it says 70. Make sure that's facing up when you put it back. So we're going to rinse that off in the water. You know, almost feels like there was a bit of grit on there. Oh, there is too. So it did need a cleaning. Then we'll rinse it off in here in clean water. And then we're going to go with this part here. Now there is a little rubber in here. And hopefully it'll pop out. And when you look at this washer, it's concave, which means it's shaped like a cone almost. You can hardly tell, but the concave goes down inside here. So we're going to rinse it out. And we'll rinse out that gasket as well, this little small gasket. And then there's this part. And then we have the big filter as well. So we'll rinse that out as well. And that's it. That's all you need to do to clean this up. So now we'll take the parts out and you have your big filter and you have this plastic ring here. You can see they both have a notch out of it. So we put it together like this. And we'll just put that there for now. Take this part out, put the concave part down in that hole. So the wider end goes at the top. And then we have our rubber gasket, and the part that says the number, like the 70 on there, will be facing up. And we have our small cone filter as well. So now we'll leave our parts here for now, and we're gonna go do one more thing. All right, we're back here at the venturi. So we're gonna put that little cone filter that we took out to wash, we're gonna put it back into place here. That's the very first thing you put in its hole. Then we're gonna grab that gasket with the number up, and it fits along this groove here. You'll know what I mean when you do it. We're gonna push that gasket all the way down. Next, we're going to put in this blue piece with the concave gasket on the inside. See, there's a groove and a notch for everything right here. So we put that in place like that. Next, we're going to put our big cone filter with this ring here. And we're going to put that in place. There we go, just like so. Next, we're going to take this rubber ring and we're going to put that on there. And I actually went back and cleaned this rubber ring as well. Next, we're going to put that white cap back on here. So now our venturi and nozzle is clean. It's just like a quick tune-up. All right, so now for our fourth and final step. This is water softener conditioner. And you should be pouring this into your water softener and doing this cycle every 4 months. So all you got to do is open the lid and make sure that your salt level is down to, I don't know, 1. I got mine at 1. This is a good time to do it. And what this stuff does is it goes through your system, and inside the tank in here, there's a media tank. It gets dirty. All that's like little plastic beads, and they get dirty. They build up with iron and other things that are inside your water. That's where all the stuff from your water sticks to all that media and causes you to have, well, that stuff causes you to have hard water, but all this stuff sticks to the media and allows you to have soft water. That's what the whole reason for this is. So what we do is we take the lid off of the jug here, and it's only like 16 fluid ounces. So remember, every 4 months, and this bottle is about $16 Canadian at Lowe's. It'll be a little cheaper in the US. So we'll take the cap off of our brine well, and we're going to pour the whole thing in. So there we go, it's all in there. Put your cap back on. Close the lid. So now we're going to recharge the system. So make sure you're not using water for at least the next couple hours. It'll take about an hour and a half, but just make sure. So here it says press to schedule, but we're going to hold to start the cycle. Just hold the button. And there it goes. And like I said, it'll take about an hour and a half, and then you'll be able to use the water as you please. I forgot to take the water softener out of bypass, so don't forget to do that. So now we have water going through the system. So to summarize, if your water softener isn't working properly and you notice that you don't have soft water, there I just shared 4 tips with you on how you likely will fix your issue, and hopefully that does it, and hopefully you don't have an issue for a long time. I've had this water softener in this house now for 6 years. I don't know everything there is to know about water softeners, but I've managed to keep my water softener working properly. And if you have other issues with your water softener, don't forget to go to my channel and check the playlist. It's called Water Softener Troubleshooting or something like that, repairs. In that playlist, I have a bunch of videos that will help you fix your water softener and get it running again. I want to thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next video.